But good, I'm glad we're laughing at dark stuff. You know, that's the purpose of comedy, is to raise levity from the dark topics. You know, I understand you come here to find a relief and relax and take a break from the world, and you should. That's my motto when it comes to comedy. You should enjoy this moment right now, because you never know when you're gonna die in a mass shooting. You know what I'm saying? That's something. See, some of you get the point. Enjoy this moment now, because after this, you're on your own. I know, people are like, I don't want to talk about gun violence. Like, okay, Republican senator. You know what I mean? Listen, I wrote a couple things on it, and I understand this might not be for you, and I apologize in advance. Literally, my thoughts and prayers go to you. Because I do think it is something we need to talk about. Because listen, right now, homicides and suicides by gun are on the rise, and that's a problem. But here's the good news. They're not as high as they were in their peak, which was in the 90s. Isn't that crazy? I'm a millennial. We glorify the shit out of the 90s. We're like, it was the best era ever, leading to suicides and homicides. You know, like, we leave that part out, but we had the best music. What? Fucking Tupac, Biggie, Kurt Cobain. What happened to those guys? Man, I miss him. I miss him. Hit him up, hit him up. I got you with that one, dude. I finally got you back, bro. All right, good luck. It's dark. You saw that. That was good. That was pretty good. Took about a minute. Cerebral, right? But listen, like, we're all scared, and I understand. That's why it's hard to address this. But, like, the thing we need to realize is, like, we can't depend on others to keep us safe. You know, even me, as a comedian, I can't keep you guys safe, believe it or not. We can't even count on our law enforcement. We saw, right? They took an hour to go stop a shooting. This is fucking crazy. Like, we're at the point now, we need creative solutions. We need somebody who actually will be brave enough to run in and stop an active shooter at a school. I have an idea. Registered sex offenders. Hear me out. Just hear me out. Hear me out a little bit, okay? We round up all the registered sex offenders in the local area. Trust me, there's a lot. I looked it up. Yeah, we all should move. We round them up and we ask them politely to watch the school, all right? And yes, this happens to be their favorite thing to do, okay? We're creating incentives. We don't arm them. We don't arm them. No, we put a tracking device so they stay a safe distance at all times, just eyes, right? Some of you are still not on board with this, okay? Listen, judge me all you want, okay? I do not condone pedophilia, but you and I both know, unlike half this fucking country, the pedophiles actually care about the survival of our kids, okay? So we ask them to watch the school, just eyes. And God forbid there's a shooting. We tell them, you run, you save the children, you do it for the children. And they will. They'll do it. They'll do it because they love the kids more than us. They will run and stop an active shooter. And yes, if one of them dies, then we need to agree that God forgives them, okay? This is about redemption now. This is some higher stuff. Right? And if they survive saving the school, then we make them superintendent. I don't know. I haven't really thought that out completely. I'm just saying, the only thing that can stop a bad guy with a gun is a pedophile with a cause, all right? And that's how you turn registered offenders into registered defenders, all right? Thank you, thank you. What else? The inauguration. Yeah, I watched it. I watched the highlights. I didn't watch the whole thing. I didn't study Melania's hat for 5 hours. What's it doing? Obviously, the Nazi salute took everybody's attention away from everything else that happened at the inauguration. It's kind of hard not to focus on that. But I think, honestly, the most interesting event of the inauguration was Mark Zuckerberg looking at Lauren Sanchez's chest. Like, that picture is never going away. Do you understand? I don't know if you saw. So Trump has 4 of the 5 richest people on stage with him at the inauguration. He's got Elon Musk, he's got Mark Zuckerberg, he's got Jeff Bezos, and the Google guy. I don't know his name. It's kind of up that I don't know his name, but I know the other guys. But do you know his name? Shut the up. So He has them on stage, and then for some reason, Bezos gets to bring his +1, I guess because he has the same day shipping. And so Bezos had his side. Are they married? No. They're fiancés, so his side piece. And well, anyways, they're in the process of getting married, obviously, and he has her on stage, but I don't think Zuckerberg brought his wife. I don't think Elon knows who he's with right now. And then Trump had Melania hiding under a cylindrical shadow. So she was she was there, right? And she was wearing a low-cut blouse, which is a choice. And Mark Zuckerberg was standing right over, and I don't know, bless the photographer who nailed that shot, because you think Zuckerberg is a billionaire. He has to be like, okay, when I go in public, people are going to be watching me, But for some reason, his metaverse glitched, and he, in a moment, he was looking at her low-cut blouse, and the photographer got it, perfect frame rate, nailed it. And that picture is not, sure, it's simple, it's just, boys will be boys, whatever. That's the baseline, Zuckerberg's got it in him, or whatever. Or, toxic masculinity, or however you want to see it. But that picture is more meaningful than that. That picture is the beginning of a divorce, okay? That picture.
He's like, honey, let's go to the metaverse and sort this out.
Doesn't matter how rich you are. That's, anyways. He what? Oh, he liked her pictures on Instagram too? Did you check that? Did you that's the first thing everybody did. They went on Instagram, looked at Lauren Sanchez's profile. They're like, has Zuckerberg liked her photos? He's liked previous photos of hers, or, we're so creepy right now. We're just like, dude. We're like, oh my God, Zuckerberg has a thing for Lauren Sanchez. That's her name, right? Lauren Sanchez? I don't want to be. It is? Right, you guys don't. So, yeah, I thought that was the most, interesting moment. But obviously, Elon's got to come out and do a Nazi salute, whatever. But now, okay, listen, I don't actually think that Elon is a Nazi, okay? But everybody's just saying he's on the spectrum or whatever. But yeah, he's also on the Nazi spectrum. You know what I mean? There is such thing as a Nazi spectrum. You start at 0 and then you're just full Hitler, and he's somewhere in between. We don't know. You cannot mathematically argue that he's not somewhere. We know he's not 0. If he was 0, he would have not made that motion. Okay? I don't think he's Hitler. I don't think he's actually a Nazi. But I think there's a couple of things. He could be so clueless that he just made that. But there was definitely the intention of the Roman salute. There was that kind of energy, I'm going to do a Roman salute. But the Roman salute is the Nazi salute. The Roman salute became popularized as the Nazi salute. That's what we know it for. So, at some point, you got to make a choice. Be like, am I going to do the thing that's known for this thing? You know what I mean? I used to love using Johnson & Johnson's baby oil. But did he change that? He used to just make my skin silky smooth, but now it's you go to freak offs. No, I'm not that guy. So he did that. Also, I mean, it's so what? He makes an accidental gesture, but then how do you talk about it later on Twitter? And he basically said, go f yourself in the face, and essentially what he did metaphorically. And it was surprisingly how many people were defending him. The ADL. I don't know if you know Anti-Defamation League. They should just change their name to Defamation League, because that's basically all they do. They should call themselves the DL. But the ADL is totally. They usually go after anti-Semitism all the time, but they're like, don't get out of hand here. He was just excited, They totally gave him the pass because he's not a peaceful college protester. So, yeah, and but yeah, also some really good people defended him, like Netanyahu. That's someone who you really want to have on your side. Netanyahu was like, no, I know Elon. So yeah, anyways, that happened. Really saved Mark Zuckerberg, if you think about it, because otherwise we would have focused a lot more on that picture. He got really lucky with that.
All right, let's see. I only have 7 hours left. What? Is there anything I haven't talked about yet tonight that you'd like for me to talk about? Anything you guys want? What's that? Math? More math? Yeah, you know I could do that. Come on. I wait for people to ask that question. I could do some math. Should I go into the math now, or is there anything else you want to do before I walk people?
Get dirty with math.
What's that?
Get dirty with math.
Get dirty with math? Yeah? Get dirty with math and statistics. Oh, you guys are a nerd crowd who didn't act like nerds earlier. Such a nerd crowd that, okay, I could with that. So, math jokes, get dirty with math jokes. Get dirty with them. I mean, you know, I'm just obsessed with mathematics. I actually once dated a girl because her birthday was March 14th. Pi Day, you guys know? That's like a math man's fetish. Yeah. When I saw that birthday, I didn't give a shit that she was a communist. I just went from parallel to perpendicular. You know what I mean? I went from 0 to 90 real quick. And then I found out she didn't even like math. She loved pot as much as I love math, which worked out because my birthday's 420. So it all came back around full circle. Get it? Circle? Because circumference equals pi times the d I gave her. That's for you, my friend. That's for you. Okay? That's a dirty math joke. Dirty. Thank you so much. I love you.